Hello. Good evening and welcome to the Oliveboard platform. My name is Marut Sir, your logical reasoning expert, and we are here today to start and finish a new topic, which is mathematical operators. So I'll briefly revise the concept with you, okay, for a quick understanding, and then we'll start practicing previous year questions of SSC examinations, okay. So mathematical operators is one of the topics which has a very high frequency in your SSC examinations. The regularity is there, okay, and at least minimum one question for sure you will see. In some cases, in the recent year only, 2025, we saw 2 to 3 questions in a single shift also, in some cases, but not always. But that is how important this is. The frequency is very high and it does trouble students because students have only one way of approaching this question. They majorly rely on full calculations, right? They feel that this is a mathematical concept, so we have to calculate, find the answers and then go ahead. Well, I would like to change that perspective a bit. Your focus needs to be on assumption and prediction. Okay, so you are actually observing and predicting the answers. You are analyzing the answers rather than actually completely calculating them. And that is going to give you a much better and a faster solution. Also, in questions, it is sometimes better to come from the options and then towards the question rather than going from the questions to the options. So each time you don't have to follow the conventional method of solving the whole question and going to the correct options. You should rather eliminate the options and then come back to the question to get your correct answer. So with these techniques, you can make it much and much faster. Good evening. Good evening, bacha. Right? So that is the whole idea of mathematical operators, which we are going to revise today. Just give me a moment. Yes. So let's start the quick revision first. What does mathematical operator involve? So this involves questions, expressions, equations, which include the mathematical operations plus, minus, multiply, divide, square root, cube root, square, cube, and other operators, if any. And what do you have to do? You have to solve them applying the BODMAS method. Okay, 99.9% questions will be solved from the BODMAS method. Very rarely, good evening, bacha. Very rarely will you find a question which will not give you an answer with the BODMAS method. So usually what happens is, that is why I've written 99.9%. So all your questions, majorly you will see that with BODMAS, you'll get your answer, you'll mark it, you'll move ahead. But sometimes, I have seen it in the past, but very rarely, 1 or 2 times maybe, where the correct BODMAS answer was not mentioned in the options only. Okay. So the only other method in that case is your left to right method, which is only 0.1% of the cases. What is left to right? You pick up the first number on the left, keep solving towards the right and come to the end and get your answer. Okay, so if this fails means if the correct answer is always considered to be the BODMAS answer only. But if at all by some error or by unknowingly what has happened is in the options the BODMAS answer is not present, then this one will definitely be there. So in that 0.1% do come from the left to right to solve your question, right? Now let's focus on the types of questions. Mathematical operators, majorly you will see 3 types of questions here. Okay. The first type is known as the coded type. I'm not going to give you examples for each cases. I'm just going to tell you what they are, right? Because we have already done this in detail in our foundation batches, right? So coded means there are 2 kinds of codes here. Either they will code it like this, that A stands for addition, B stands for subtraction, C stands for multiplication, D stands for division. And now they'll give you an expression with ABCD in between with numbers and you have to replace it with these signs and solve it. Okay, this code changes for each question. Or they will tell you plus stands for minus, minus stands for multiply, multiply stands for divide and divide stands for plus, something of that sort. Right? So you will have to replace these codes in your expression and then solve it to get the correct answer from the options. This set is one of the most easiest set in your mathematical operator based questions, right? There is one variation which is slightly difficult of this version, or I would rather say time consuming. So there can be multiple variations here which they can ask, but one of the variations is that they will give you the code but they will not give you a single expression. They will ask you, after applying this code, which of these expressions is correct, and they will give you 4 equations in the options. Out of those 4, you will solve, 3 of them will be incorrect, only 1 will be correct. That will give you your answer. That becomes slightly more time consuming. Okay, otherwise this variation is one of the most easiest variations you can ever find in mathematical operators. The next one is a swap based question. What happens in a swap based question? In a swap based question, you exchange signs. For example, now this is the question. They are asking us, which 2 signs should I swap to get a correct answer? Which 2 signs should I swap to get a correct answer? So you will just observe and you will find out in the end that I need to swap plus and divide to get my correct answer. Okay, so 15 divided by 5 will be 3, 3 into 3 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. So then my question will be correct. Now swap based is certainly slightly more difficult than the coded based. So I will call it a moderate version. Okay, what are the variations under swap based? Under swap based, either they will ask you to swap the signs or they will ask you to swap the numbers. So everything will be the same, but they'll ask you which 2 numbers should I change so that I get the correct answer in the end. But this becomes challenging, more challenging when they ask you to do both together. They will ask you which 2 numbers and which 2 signs should I change to make this equation correct. So that becomes slightly more observational, more challenging. Okay, and the third one is a replacement based. So the same equation only I'll take, let's say 15 asterisk 5 asterisk 3 asterisk 4 asterisk 13, and they'll give you options with the various combination of signs. So one of the options will be divide, multiply, plus, equal to. So you will choose that as your correct answer and you will replace it here and that's it. Okay, so this is your replace based question. This can be slightly challenging. Actually, these 2 are of the similar category. They can shift between moderate and difficult. This is mostly easy only. Okay, so these are the types of mathematical operators, and till now I have not explained anything new. I have just told you what are the types of questions which are asked and how students solve it normally. For students, even at this stage, it is very much calculative. It's all based on calculation. But now I will tell you 4 points which you need to remember. If you have those points with you, you can actually cut short your times in these questions, right? Point number 1 is that you use the division sign in your favor. You use the division sign in your favor to cut on your time. For example, in this category, what did I do? I tried to probably solve. I got stuck somewhere and then I changed the signs, or I saw the options one by one. I changed all of them and got the correct answer and solved it. But how else could I have proceeded is in these questions, in this question here, in this question here, majorly your answers are always integers. 99% of the times they are integers. So here we have 13. My answer has to be an integer. That means the division sign has to be between 2 numbers which are divisible with each other. Otherwise 3 divided by 4 is a fraction. This is never going to yield an integer in the end, right? So this will give me a hint that divide sign has to go from here. It is not in the right place. Then I will have to check where will it go. I will put it there, solve it and get my answer. So division is actually going to cut short my time a lot. Or what it can also do is, once I know that division needs to go, from the options I see only one sign is changing with divide. So now I can blindly select that and move ahead. Rather than spending my time in checking all the options, now I know if division has to go and only one option is showing division, I can tick mark on that and move ahead. That is how this can help me. But sometimes when the division is flanked by multiplication, it can create confusion. What is flanked by? Flanked means, supposedly in this question only, I have something like this, 20 into 3 divided by 4. Now I still feel that 3 divided by 4 is not possible. Yeah, 3 divided by 4 is not possible. So I can flag this question. I can say that this is an incorrect version, but it is not, because I have 20 into 3 divided by 4. So this is nothing but 20 into 3 upon 4. So here 4 and 20 get cancelled and my final answer will be 15, which is actually an integer. Proceeding further in the question. Okay. So then you have to be careful if it is flanked by multiplication. If your division sign is there, which is alone, that means near it is either plus or minus, then it is fine. But if a division has a multiplication sign next to it, then you will have to be careful. Just check if it is getting cancelled or not. Okay. Point number 2. Point number 2 is partial calculation. You always have to calculate partially. Never go for complete calculation whatsoever. You are in a habit of actually solving the whole thing, getting the answer and then tallying. Don't do that. Halfway you will realize that whether you will get this answer or not. And based on that only try to go forward in your observations. Okay. Observation is a trick. You will have to learn it with a lot of practice. In every question you will have to think that in what line can I think to get a correct answer. Okay. So for example, in this case, you have 4 options where every option has an equation. You don't solve all of those equations to get the correct answer. You will solve them partially and realize whether you're getting the correct one or not. If you are near the correct one, go ahead. But if you're very far from the correct answer, that means mostly it is not going to be true. Drop it and move ahead. Okay. The next case is solve the swap question. First, to know the error. Now this is applicable in your swap based question. Sometimes your division may not be of any use. Division might not help to get you. Division is actually correct in the question. Now what? So now the question is openly telling you that this equation is incorrect. It's telling you right away. First hand only it's telling you this equation is incorrect. You need to change 2 signs so that it becomes correct. So now what will you do is solve this. Solve this. Sometimes let's say the multiplication sign was here. Let's say if I would have solved it, I would have realized that the division is on a proper place, or division is not there only. Let's say multiplication is here. So if I multiply, I get to know that 75 is coming here. Then whatever is happening, I need 13 as my answer. But no matter what I do, after 75, I cannot cut it down to 13. It's very far from my answer. So I will realize that this multiplication is faulty. I'll have to change it. Are you getting the point? So then I will hunt for options where multiplication is changing. So sometimes looking at the options directly might not help, but you can solve this partially to get to know what is that most wrong thing which needs to be changed so that I can get my correct answer. Right? So that is also a useful technique. And fourth and the last one is vertical options. What are vertical options? Vertical options means, for example, in this case, I had 4 options with me. So I had divide, so no matter what the other options are, I can see that the first case in all the options is the same divide only. So I'll put divide here. I will solve this. I will get 3 and then I'll continue with the rest of the equation with the rest of the symbols. So if vertically a sign is same in all the options, put it right away, solve it so that your equation becomes shorter and it is more easier to visualize. Okay. With all these tricks combined together and strict observation, faster calculation, you will be overall able to handle mathematical operators with a much better understanding and a much better speed. That's the whole idea behind the concept. Got it? Cool, chill, revision done. Now, once you are aware about everything here, we will practice SSC previous year questions. Okay. Now, previous year questions, why? Because I want you to practice somewhere closer to your examination. You're approaching the exam now. So we have to have our practice streamlined according to the examination. Hence the previous year questions. But they are good questions. Okay. Not all of them are very easy. Not all of them are very difficult. It's a good mix. It's a decent mix. And it's a mix of multiple SSC exams. It's not only SSC CGL, but also CPO, CHSL, MTS, all examples, all exercises, all varieties, so that we get an overall approach of the SSC questions. Let's start. The first question is right in front of you. Answers in the chat box, everybody. This is only 1, only 2, neither 1 nor 2, 1 and 2 both. Okay, that's what is written here. I'll write it down for you. Only 1, only 2, none, both. First question. Which of the following equations will be correct if the given two signs and two numbers are interchanged? Plus, minus, and 17 and 216. Answers in the chat box, everybody. Okay. So 216 and 17 we'll exchange. So 17 and 216. And we are changing plus and minus. So this is minus, this is plus, this is minus, this is plus. And now you have to check which of the equations is correct. This is not very difficult actually. 216 divided by 6 is 36. So this is 36. 10 into 17 is 170. 170 plus 13 and minus 36. So 36. You will not guess this as a unit digit. 146 is incorrect. Okay. By the unit digit only you can verify. Don't have to solve it completely. 216 divided by 36 is 6. So this is 6. 7 into 17 is 114. Okay. 114 minus 41 plus 6. So 120 minus 41 is not 81. So this is also gone. So none is my correct answer. Option C is the right answer. Okay. You don't have to solve it completely. Don't have to find the final answer. Check from the unit digit. Solve it partially to get your answers. Okay. Next. Which two numbers should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Yes, so sorry for the wait. Yeah, so which two numbers should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Now, the equation, if you will observe more and more as you go forward, the equations will start getting longer. So that will become more challenging. The equation will start getting longer. The brackets will be there. So you'll have to think about it. Now, out here, if you see, you'll have to check it in two ways. Firstly, you'll have to check what is mainly going wrong. Secondly, you'll have to check it option wise. That's the only option because they are changing numbers now, not signs. Division is holding true. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9 into 12 is 108. So this whole value is 108. 7 into 6 is 42. And this is 27. 108 plus 42 is 150. 150 plus 27 is 177. 177 minus 18 is, I think, 159. Yeah. So it's very far away from 63. So what do I need to do is, I need to increase my subtractive value and I need to reduce my addition value, correct? Okay, my plus value should be lesser and my minus value should increase so that there is a balance and I can come back to 63 from 159. Now, if I change 6 and 4, what is going to happen? 6 is going to come here, 4 is going to come here. So 36 divided by 6 is 6 into 12 is 72. So this will significantly come down. This will also significantly come down, but this will not. Will it benefit me? So 72 plus 24. No, sorry, plus 28. It's still not going to benefit me. Okay, the reduction is good, but it is not too high. Partially calculated and checked. 3 and 4 if I change, so 4 will come here. So this is 36 and this is 3 here. So this is also increasing and this is also increasing. Both my positive quantities are increasing. This is the most useless option. Before calculating only you can confirm it. 4 and 12, as soon as I change this, what is going to happen? So I am going to have 12 here and 4 here. Rest everything is the same, right? So 36 divided by 12 is 3 into 4 is 12. Correct? My answer is 12 here. Now, in that case, this is 12 plus 42 minus 12 plus 42, 54 plus 27 minus 18 is 63. So option C is the correct answer. Okay, 81 minus 27 is 63. Option C is the correct answer. Of course, you don't have to take this much time. But what am I trying to show you is, I am trying to show you without calculation, how can you observe and keep eliminating options and getting to the right one. That's the whole idea. Okay. Next. Similar question, CHSL. In this case, what is going to happen now? Again, I will see that it's a large calculation. And if I check it here, 40 into 6 divided by 8. So this is 5 into 6, 30. Still divisible here. 30 plus 14 minus 112 plus 156. Now 30 plus 14 is 44. 44 plus 156 is 200. Right? Now 200 minus 112 is nothing close to 26. Whatever it is, you don't have to get the answer, but nothing close to 26. Okay. Now you have to start changing. Again, what have we decided is that my negative should increase and my positive should decrease. That is what the whole idea is. Okay. If I change 40 and 16, my idea actually works because this is 16. So 16 into 6 divided by 8 will become 12. So this will reduce to 12. And this will be 40. 40 into 7. This is 280. Is this actually helping me out? Yes, it is. But is it giving me my answer? This is 26 plus 156. Okay. 26 plus 180, 156 minus 280. This is becoming a negative number altogether. So this is too much of a change. So this is not what I'm looking for. So this will go, right? 8 and 12. If I change 8 and 12, so I'll have 12 here and I'll have 8 here. So what does it do? This will be 20 plus 14 minus 112 plus 104. So this is 34, 138 minus 112 is 26. So option B is the correct answer. Okay, even with the unit digit, you can take some help. Next. Leave this question, drop this question. Try this one. Okay, very good. So the digits 2 and 1 are interchanged. What will be the value for the following equation? We just have to change the digits. Nowadays, this is a very old question actually, but nowadays they don't give you questions which are where digits are involved. They will mostly give you questions where numbers are only changing, and they mention it also very clearly. But anyways, 6 divided by 4 into 12, so 18, 9 plus 18 minus 5. So 27 minus 5, 22. Option A is the correct answer. Tier 2. Now some questions consistently we will observe of CHSL and CGL Tier 2, which will have the same type only. Just that the calculation has to be pretty fast. Plus and minus are interchanged and divide and into are interchanged. Then now what will be the answer? So 147 divided by 7 is 21. 163 multiplied by 5. Okay. How do you multiply by 5? You divide it by 2. That is, you make it half. Then you increase the decimal. So 81.5 is my answer. 81.5 with the decimal ahead is 815. So this is 815. 815 minus 21 plus 19. So this is minus 2. So 815 minus 2 is 813. Option D is the correct answer. Alright. Next. Again a similar question. So plus and minus are interchange. Divide and multiply interchange. 617 multiplied by 3 and 515 divided by 5. This is 103. And this is 1851. 600 into 3 is 1800. 17 into 3 is 51. So 1851 is my answer here. Now check for the unit digit. 1 plus 4 is 5 minus 3 is 2. So the answer will end in 2, which is only happening in option D. So option D is my correct answer. You don't need to calculate each time. Okay. You can be quick with your unit digit observations as well. Next. Similar question again. Yes, right. Plus and minus are interchanged again. Divide and multiply interchange again. This is 41. And this is 290 into 2 is 580 and 4. 584. 584 plus 15 minus 41. So either you can add 599 and subtract 41 from it, you will get 558. Again, 8 is the unit digit, so you can still do it with that method also. Next. No, Abhijit, I am not. Okay. So plus and minus again. Plus and minus, divide and multiply. So if I divide this, I'll get 301. I multiply this. So this is 1252. 1252 plus 30 minus 301 minus 24. So 2 plus 1, 3 minus 4 is 9. So 1529 is my correct answer. Okay. And even if you want to add it like that, so it is 1553 minus 24. That is also 1529. Next, this is from CGL Tier 2, similar question. Then we'll change the question type, okay? Plus and minus again, divide and multiply. So this is 15 and this is 644. 644 minus 15 plus 4. 648 minus 15. Next. See, now this question is actually a coded based question, pretty easy question, but there's a slight variation here. They are now asking you to find the number in between. Okay, very good. So A means plus, there's no A. B means into. C means minus, there's no C. D means divide. That means 2x divided by 2 is equal to 4 into 32 divided by 8. This will get cancelled and this will get cancelled. So x is what? 16. Very easy question. Okay. Next. Similar question again. So A means plus, B means into, and D means divide. So 24 divided by 2 is 12, into 3 is 36 plus 7. 43 is equal to 20x plus 3. Subtract this 3 here, 40 divided by 20 is 2. So x is equal to 2. Good. Next. Plus means into means minus, minus means divide, divide means plus. Now 250 divided by 10 is 25, 25 into 10 is 250 again. 250 minus 5 plus 2 is 247. So option D is the correct answer. Question is pretty easy, but I want to tell you about a variation which I had seen here recently. The recent live mock on the Oliveboard platform, I don't know whether you've seen that session or not, but we came across a question where it was mentioned that if A means add to, B means subtract from, C means divide by, D means multiply by, then you replace everything and you find the answer. Technically, if I'm saying that if A means subtract from, so I have, let's say 10A 20. So mostly what we do is we replace, like here it is saying into means minus, so we'll just replace it by minus. We don't read everything. My answer is going to be minus 10 here and I'm going to accordingly solve the question. But I'm going to get an incorrect answer. Okay. Technically, when it is saying A means subtract from, that means 10 subtracted from 20. So this will become 20 minus 10. We have to be careful about this. So my answer should have been 10. So the whole question or the complete calculation was changing in that case. Right? So this is a new variation which has come up. Be careful. If in case they are mentioning it in English, subtract from, everything else will remain the same only. Added to, multiplied by, divided by, you will still write everything as the same thing only. But subtract from, you will have to change the direction. Be careful about that. Okay. Next. A means plus, B means into, C means minus, D means divide. So this is 39 divided by 13 is 3. 3 into 2 is 6. 6 minus 6 is gone. 8 is our answer. Pretty easy question again. Okay. So plus means divide, minus means plus, into means minus, and divide means into. Okay. So this is 14 minus 6, 8 plus 12, 20 divided by 10. That is 2 into 3, 6. Which two signs should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Okay, very good. Now you observe one thing here. 145 divided by 29. So this is 5. Okay, 14.5 is half of 29. So this is 5. 5 into 52. So this is of the order of 250 plus. Don't have to multiply it completely, but this is of the order 250 plus. Have it, maintain it in your head. I need an answer of 106. Even if I add 13 and subtract 11 from it, it's not going to make any huge difference. That means what is the culprit? Division is still okay. This is my main culprit here. If the multiplication was with a smaller number, I could have still gone ahead with. Because if I change division with plus sign, 13 divided by 145 is useless. And divide with minus sign, 52 divided by 11 is also useless. That means division is fine. What has to go? Only multiplication has to go. So I will check option B and option D to get my answer. When I check option B, multiply replaced with minus sign here. 52 into 11 is still of the range of 572 or 500 plus. That is also not going to give me my answer. So I can eliminate this also. And with guarantee, I am only left with option D. Please don't solve it now. Mark this and move ahead. With confidence and with your brains, you have eliminated 3 options very smartly. Mark the 4th one and please move ahead. Don't sit and solve then. That is what majority of you make an error here. That now you will replace the sign and then solve and confirm it again. So you will say this is plus, this is into. Okay, now you'll divide this 5 into 13 is 65. 65 plus 52, that is 117, minus 11 is 106. You'll tick mark on D and you'll move ahead. That is what you are supposed to avoid. Okay, next. Please repeat, it is fast. Okay. Wait. Look at me once again, okay? Especially for you, once again. This is my equation. The question is asking which two signs should be interchanged to make the given equation correct. These are my options. Only out of these, only one of them will be the correct answer. Now, if I divide 145 by 29, I get 5. That is fine, no? Because 14.5, half of 29 is 14.5. So that's how I divide, right? So this division is 5. Next is 5 multiplied by 52. 50 into 5 is of the range of 250. So this box is going to give me an answer of 250 plus. I am not finding the exact answer. Okay, it's 260 though, but I'm not going to find the exact answer. Now, in the range of 250 plus 13 minus 11, it is never going to come to 106. This much I have realized. So where is my error? Is my error in division or is my error in multiplication? Division is still yielding an answer. Multiplication is making it very large. So I need to exchange this multiplication sign. This is the first hint. Second hint is, let me still confirm it once. So how do I confirm it? I observe, I change divide and plus. So instead of plus, what do I do is I put divide here and I put plus here. You only tell me, can I divide 13 by 145? No. So this is useless because my answer is an integer. Can I divide here? Divide and minus. Can I divide 52 and 11? Again, no. 11 and 29 also will not get cancelled. So this is also useless. So option A and C can never be my answer. I have eliminated them right away without solving anything. Now, I am checking two of my options, option B and option D. Option B says minus and into. If I put into here and minus here, my problem was that multiplication was giving me a very large number. It was of the range of 250. Here the answer will be of the range 500 plus. Do you agree? The exact answer is 572, but the answer is 500 plus. If I am still getting a 500 plus in negative, I will never reach 106 here because look at the numbers here. Can I get 600 something here? No. So this is also not possibly my answer. So just by partial calculation and observation, I have eliminated three options very clearly. What am I left with? Only D. That is only going to be my answer then. Then I don't have to rectify or check it. Do you understand? That is what the idea is. If I have confidently eliminated three options, then the fourth one has to be my answer. I tick mark and I move ahead. That is the confidence I'm looking for. That is what is going to save my time. Sometimes solving the whole thing and getting to the answer is more complicated than eliminating the options and getting to the answer. Right? So my answer is option D. Is it clear now, bacha? Next. I means divide, J means multiply, K means minus, L of course means plus. What will come in the place of question mark? Of course, you need to solve it. 35 divided by 5 is 7, 7 to 9 is 63. 63 minus 23 plus 39 minus 24. Now 63 plus 39. So this is 90 and 112. Oh, sorry, 102. And this is 47. 5 is the unit digit, 55. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. Next. Which two mathematical signs should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Okay, again, it's a very long equation. So check here that if we see, let's observe for the division sign. So 9 divided by 7, because this is not a part of anything else. 9 divided by 7 is not useful to us. 189 plus 63, 10 divided by this is not useful to us. So division is definitely going to go. So these two are not going to be my options. I have option C and option D. Divide minus and divide plus. Okay. Now if I change divide and minus, so divide will be here. Divide will be here. Now if I change divide and minus, I am still okay. 1 divided by 9, 9 into 27. This is still 3. It's still okay. But here 135 plus 3 is 138. Okay, 138 divided by 10, because by board mass I'll have to do this first. 138 is not divisible by 10, it is 13.8. It is still giving me a decimal as my answer, whereas I need an integer here. So this divide and minus is also not my correct answer. So again, I'm only left with divide and plus. Mark it and move ahead. Okay, but if you still want to check it, I will put it here: divide plus divide plus divide. This is 5. Okay, 5 into 27 into 1. So half of 27 is 13.5. So 135. No. Yeah, right. 5 multiplied by 27. Yeah, 135 minus 9 plus 7 into 445 minus 10 plus 3. And you multiply this now. So 280 and 35, 315. So 135 minus 9 plus 315 minus 10 plus 3. Add these and add the rest of them. 434 is your answer. Okay. Next, you don't have to check it though. Once you have eliminated 3 options, you can easily get the last one as your answer. Refrain from checking it unnecessarily. Okay. Plus means divide. Minus means add. Into means subtract. And of course, divide means multiply. So 25 minus 13 is 12 plus divide means multiply. 3 into 3 is 9. So 12 plus 9 is 21. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 3 into 5 is 50. Option B. Which two numbers should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Which two numbers, and not digits, of course. Which two numbers should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? So in this question, if you see, you'll have to partially solve it only. 160 divided by 16 is 10. 10 into 10 is 100. So this part is 100 for me. I'll have to check where it is going wrong. Okay, this is 36 minus 24 plus 100 plus 40. Now, this is 176 plus 100. 100 plus 76. 176 minus 24. We are very close to 170 in terms of the positive quantities, but negative is too much. So here we have to decrease the negative number. Decrease means the magnitude. From 24, it should be coming down. 20, 18, 15, 12, something like that. And simultaneously, if possible, also slightly increase the positive one. So that will be a balance. That is what we are looking for here. Okay. Now, if I change 16 and 18, what is going to happen? 16 is going to come here. So this is positive one is going to, we need to increase the positive. This will decrease. 32 it will become. And 18 will go here. It's useless. 160 divided by 18 is not of any use to me. 2 and 4 if I change. So if I bring 4 here, obviously this will increase. This will become 72. And if I bring here, but this will come down. This will become 20. So not a very big difference. 36 it is increasing and 20 it is decreasing. It's only making a difference of 16 units. No changes here. Okay. No changes here. So that is still not coming down to 170. It's very close though. It's very close though. Okay. 2 and 24. If I bring 2 here and 24 here, now I need to increase my positive, but this is a huge variation. This is a huge variation. Can you see 18 and 24? This is of the range of 200. 200 plus. Now negative 2 only. Plus 100, 300 plus, 340 plus, minus only 2. This is nowhere close to 170. Again, this is gone. So this is my most probable and the only answer left. Even if you want to check it out, you can clearly check it here. 24 and 18. So this is 24 now. So this whole thing will become 48. So the positive one is increased from 36 to 48. This is also decreased a bit. Rest, this is remaining the same. And this is remaining the same. Now check. So 24 plus 40. 64 plus 100. 164. Wait. Where did I go wrong? Sorry, not 24. 48. 48 plus 40. 88 plus 100. 188 minus 18 is 170. So option D is the correct answer. You didn't have to check it. You eliminated 3 options. So D had to be your answer. Okay. Next. We have questions till 25 only. So 4 or 5 questions are left. We can just wind it up then. Okay. So I'll be quick here. A means plus. B means into. C means minus. D means divide. So this is 16. This is 91. 1 plus 6, 7 minus 3, 4. 84 is the correct answer. Okay. Next, again, something similar. So plus means divide. Minus means into. Divide into means minus. So divide means plus. So this is 49. 49 into 2 is 98. So this is 23. Option B. Calculation also has to be fast. Otherwise, also calculate in a partial way and then get your answers. Try this one. Replacement based. Now see, if you observe option A, B, C and D, they have almost the same signs in the first place. Let's check for B first. Maybe B is our answer or at least B will be eliminated. So divide is in the third place here. 3 divided by 2. Even if I multiply it by 30, it's not making any sense. No cancellations. Nothing is happening. So this is not my answer. Now if I vertically observe, option A has divide in the first place, C and D also, and multiply in the second place. So I'll put divide here, I'll put multiply here. 42 divided by 7 is 6, into 3 is 18. So this part is 18 now, I'm very sure about this. Rest of them now you have to check. Now check partially. 18 plus 2 is equal to 13 plus 7. Both are 20. Option A is the correct answer. It becomes easy. Next. Which two mathematical signs should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? Again, a very large one, but it's clearly visible here that division is not fitting the bill. 99 into 11 divided by 16. 16 is not getting cancelled by 99 and 11 by 16 is not possible. So division has to go. And I have only one option with division. So 99% this is my correct answer. But because the others are also there and there is a possibility I might get a cancellation here or there in the future if I apply into or minus somewhere. So I'll have to try this one time so that I can get the correct answer. So it's saying into and divide will change. That means 99 divided by 11, that is 9. 9 into 16 is 144. So this part is 144. Also into will be divide here. So this is 3. 3 plus 8 plus 144 and divide here. So this is 3 again. So 3 plus 3, 6 plus 8, 14 plus 144 is 158. Option B is my correct answer. Understood how you use division in your favor? And the last question for the session today. This is also a good one. Last question for the session today. So this is the kind of variation I was telling you that if there are 4 different expressions given to you, your equations given to you in the options, and you have to check which one of them is the correct one. So you can't solve all of them completely. You will have to solve them partially and check it out. That's the idea. Okay. So A is plus, B is minus, C is into, E is equal to, D is divide, B is minus, E is equal to, C is into, E is equal to, E is equal to, A is plus, B is minus, B is minus. Now verify which of the following options is correct. So 6 divided by 2 is 3 into 9 is 27. 27 plus 4 minus 40 is never going to be close to 9. So this is gone. Okay. Again 6 divided by 2 is 3 into 9 is 27 plus 4 is 31. 31 and 40 plus 9. No. 4 plus 9 is 13. 6 divided by 2 is 3 into 4 is 12. Sorry, 3 into 40 is 120. So this is out of hand. So option D is my right answer. Now I have eliminated 3 again. So I have option D only as the correct option. Nothing else is left. Don't check now. Move ahead. Okay. So that's it for today. Mathematical operators, quick revision and a good set of questions from previous year SSC examinations. I'll stop for today here now. I'll see you guys in the next session with a new topic where we'll quickly revise and go through good questions again from previous year questions. Till then, you guys take care. Bye-bye. Namaskar. Jai.